Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock, the lesson is about to get started. In case you're new with this, there's a few things I'd like to show you to help you throughout the lesson. These lessons are always guided and shaped by your questions, and if you're live with us today, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is in the public live chat, and the other is the Ask Jamin a Question button, where you can ask me a question privately, and I won't share your identity in case you're afraid that your question is stupid. But it's not. If you're in the archives, though, then just open up the survey. At the end of that, there's a place where you can ask your question. I will say I frequently get questions from students in the archives watching a lesson from 6 months ago, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So please try to be as specific as possible. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The PDF will often have additional video links inside so you can get more in-depth instruction on each of the topics. And if you're the kind of person who likes to print out the PDF so you can make the same notes on your physical version as I'm making during the lesson, now would be the time to do that. The MP3 is just a play-along track so you can practice more after the lesson. In traditional lessons, a teacher is going to actually present some new concept for maybe 5 or 10 minutes every couple weeks. The rest of the time is going to be spent applying and refining those concepts. Well, here I'm spouting off hours of new information every week, so it's totally unreasonable to expect you to actually absorb all of that. Instead, the goal of these live lessons is for you to find some little nugget of something that makes sense, but is a bit of a challenge, and for you to go practice it, because practice is where all the improvement's gonna happen. So don't feel bad if you have to leave the live lesson and you find that little thing that you're gonna practice. And of course, if I'm going too fast, you can always rewind the live lessons or replay in the archives as much as you want. If these live lessons start feeling random or meandering, it's because they are, on purpose. So if you're the kind of person who wants classical training with a step-by-step method, then you're going to want to check out Kloppel Academy on the website. It's included in your live lesson subscription, so you can do both or either. And the upper levels are seriously hard work, but it's going to take you all the way from ground zero, all the way up to being ready to enter any major music college as a piano major in classical or jazz. And finally, it's most people's favorite. This is application, where we take the past concepts from other live lessons and we see how they apply to an actual, real song that already exists. And since there's like 1,000 different ways to play any song, you're just going to work on the version that is appropriate for your level. So that might just mean playing one note at a time for right now. Or maybe you're working on chords or covering the full song. Or maybe you're just seeing how the song breaks down so you can better write and transcribe your own songs in the future. But whatever your level is, the goal is not this song. So even if you don't play the whole entire song, you'll get better by even attempting a little bit of it, and attempt it we shall. Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin. Tonight we're doing Hey Jude, the piano tutorial. But first, let me introduce to you the incomparable Kendra, our chat moderator.
Guess what? I am so excited because I'm on break this upcoming week.
Yeah.
Which means I have no school because of President's Day or something.
Yeah, who cares? Whatever it is.
Seriously.
Thank you, presidents, or Martin Luther King Jr., or
Memorial Day.
Easter, or whatever happened in the past. Thank you.
Yes.
Past. You were wonderful to our present. That's cool. Today we're doing Hey Jude, and that's going to hopefully, at the end of the lesson, sound something like... Not like that. That just repeats. So we'll learn all of that stuff. You'll need your PDF for this. And this one time I did not write in the letters for you. So I know some of you really like that and some of you really hate it. So let's just talk through this one. And if you need a version that has the letters in it, then hit me up for that. I'd be happy to give those to you. But once the letters are in, it's hard to take them out for the people who are wanting to try doing this stuff without having the letters written in. So I'm going to write it in right here. This first one is a C because we are in the treble clef. That is this sign right here, which means basically this is all graphing high notes from like middle C on up the piano. So the first note that we're going to have is in the treble clef, and the spaces of the treble clef are the letters F and A and C and E. That means if we had a note right here on this space, that would be an F, that note right there. If we had a note on this space, it would be an A. If we had a note on this space, and we do, it is a C, which is why this note right here is a C. And then if we had a note on this space right here, it would be an E. And of course, there are missing letters in there. Like between A and C, there would be a B, and that would be on that line right there. So that's kind of the idea on reading music, is just each line or space represents one letter, one notch on the piano, and then we can just go up and down the notches. So if we start on a C over here, this is a C, and then you can see from this space down to this space is 2 notches down because we're skipping over this line, and lines and spaces count equally. So from this C, we're gonna go down 1, 2 notches. So when I'm reading this, it's true that this is an A, but I'm not really reading an A. I'm just reading that is a C. I'm gonna start on a C, and I'm gonna go 2 notches down after that, and it would land me right there. So I'd have, hey, Jude, and I'd say those words out loud as I was playing those notes, but I'm not really reading an A right there. I'm just reading 2 notches down from the C that I started on. Now this swoopy line right here means that these 2 notes are tied together, because that swoopy line is called a tie, and so we're going to tie those 2 notes together as one big note. Don't actually play a second A there until we get to the word don't. That is another A. And then we go back up to the 3rd space right here, which is C, and then we're going to go up 1 notch from there to a D. So what we have so far is all of those. It's going to be, hey, Jude, don't make it. Cool. And then all these letters, we didn't talk about this yet, on the piano are the same on all of the pianos. So on any group of, let's say, any group of 2, for example, you take the lowest note in the group of 2 and you drag it down, you land on a C every single time. So if you want to find a C, just find a group of 2 black notes, any group of 2, and drag the lowest note down, and you'll land on a C on those white notes. So that's why that's a C, that's a C, and we can play, hey, Jude, don't make it bad. And then we're gonna stay on that same note for take, and then we're gonna go up 1 note, because we're going from a line up to a space. And then we're going from that space up to the next line, and we're gonna play this note right here, except that we're not, because this note is a B. And something we didn't talk about already is back here, this thing right here is called a key signature. It's a warning sign, basically, letting us know that this line right here, of course, is a B, like we already talked about, and there's a flat sign on it. So this is a warning that all the B's in the entire song, anywhere you see a B, it's going to be a B flat instead of a B. So don't actually play a B, even though they just said to us, play a B right there. It's not a B, it's a B flat. So that key signature tells us all the B's are going to be B flats instead. So the note that's slightly lower than B. So that takes us to, hey, Jude, don't make it bad. Take a B flat, sad, and then song is going to be an F, and then the same note, then down 1, then skip down, because we're going from a space to a space, and then up 1, and then back down. And that's kind of the idea behind all of those notes. So that's going to be, hey, Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Let's try that along with the track. It would sound something like this. Get ready on that C. 2, and a 1, 2, go. Hey, Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. And this should take you a long time to get that down. That shouldn't be like something you can just like jump in and probably play, unless you've already played a whole ton of songs before. If this is your first song, that could take, maybe hours of practice. It'll eventually get way, way easier. But at the beginning, it's just really hard to like look at a note, know what it's supposed to be, come over here and actually execute that thing, and then try to do that in time along with the track. It's nearly impossible. So cut yourself some slack here. And then we have the second line. And the second line is going to actually start back here. So this re is kind of part of the second line, and that is a C. So we already ended on better, and then re, and then the actual second line, member. Those are D's, 2, and then there's a big jump up to a G right here, and then straight down, down again, and then back up. Then down 2 notches from that line to that line, then down one notch, and we're almost done.
Hey, Jamin, it's time for our feature of the day, which today is the question of the day.
It is the question of the day, and so we'll get back to our song in a second, but the question of the day that I want to know from you, from all the subscribers and non-subscribers as well, is who was your most memorable teacher and why? And this doesn't necessarily have to be a piano teacher. That'd be cool, or a music teacher if that was it. But just in general, your most memorable teachers. Let's say a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 3, because probably you've had lots of influential people in your life. But if you can think of the 3 best teachers, the first 3 people that come to mind when you think of the best teachers you ever had, and then tell me why they were your best teachers, especially if you're a student. That'll probably help us communicate a lot better too, and get you on your way to your goals. So who is your favorite teacher, or 2 or 3, and why? Now let's get back to our song after this short break. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.